Alright guys, we're going to give this a shot and see what happens. Just want to make sure that anybody who happens to be here watching right now, the video quality is going to be a lot worse than it would normally be, and that's just because of the way things work. I can't really zoom in. It won't let me zoom in anymore. That's really sad. I tried to do this through YouTube, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I think you have to download software or something. I don't know how it works. But anyway, like other people do. Hi Beth, you're the only one here. I was mid-sentence, which is why I didn't say anything. And I didn't want to do it on YouTube because of the trolls, because anybody can just kind of pop in and say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. So I didn't want to have that happening either. I wish I could figure out how to zoom this in further, honestly, because it won't let me zoom it in, and I don't know why. Like I said, this is really just a trial run. I've never done this before, so I hope to figure out some tips and tricks, things of that nature. Hi Sherry. So we'll see how this goes tonight, and then I will talk to a few people who use the Facebook Live more, and we'll see what I need to do. Because like I said, I zoomed it in before I started the video, but it kind of went away. I can check the... Let me check the settings. No, Sherry, I can't bring the phone lower, unfortunately, because it's the way this, it's the way the tripod works. Hi, Libby. Let's see if I can figure out what to do. I don't really have any settings available to me to let me zoom it in either. And the lag is pretty bad, so, which is another thing that kind of makes it difficult to do this. I don't know what that button does. Oh, that's not right. There we go. I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to talk to some other people and see if I can't figure out how to get to the settings, like mid-video. It seems strange that they would let you... It seems strange that they would let you record a video on Facebook, but not give you like any of your phone's camera capabilities. Like, I should be able to zoom in, I would think, but I can't. It won't let me. Hi, Dion. So, like I said, guys, this is just a test run. I figured we'd all, like, hang out for a little bit. I realize it's kind of an impromptu thing, and I didn't give you guys much warning, but like I said, I just wanted it to be so I can figure out how it works and ask questions, and then eventually make it more of a regular thing, I hope. I have to refresh because my stream stopped. There we go. That's better. This is the Holbein Pastel pencils, and then under here I have the these are the chameleon color tones with the double-ended ones. I guess the deal with these is that you color with the light side and then you shade with the dark side. Hi, Meredith. For those of you who are just now getting here, you can see that I'm zoomed way out compared to where I would normally be. Normally I'd have my camera much closer, but for whatever reason, I can't figure out how to zoom it in any further. It doesn't work the way it normally works. Yeah, the zoom functionality is kind of gone. Oh, this is the Johanna Basford 16-month weekly coloring planner that goes until December 2018. And this is actually this week's page, and this is all my stuff I have written down that I have to do this week. So this is basically like my doodle planner. I call it my doodle coloring. It's what I color when I don't really feel like working on any of my a million works in progress. Oh, you didn't know that there were chameleon pencils, Dion? I knew that they had them, but somebody sent them to me as a gift. Otherwise, I probably would have never purchased them, to be completely honest with you, because, you know, I have a lot of pencils and the chameleon ones weren't high on my priority list. But now that I have them, I do really like them. And I think that somebody who's a beginner who like wants to make the transition into artist pencils and blending and shading would really benefit from them. Because like I said, what you do is you take your lighter shade and you just like you take your lighter shade and you come around here, and that's how I've been doing this. You just put your light color down around the edge, and then you flip it over and take your darker color and put that down. So it pretty much, it's a no-brainer. Here's how to shade. Here's your color. I like them. One of the reasons why I wasn't real keen about ordering these open stock, about ordering these in the first place, was the fact that they don't come open stock. I did get a hold of Chameleon customer service a few weeks back, and they said that they were hoping to have them available open stock by the end of the year. So that would be nice. Hi, Stacy. My apologies for the being far away again. I'm going to keep apologizing as more people get in here because I can't figure out how to zoom my camera in any more than it already is. But I'll get that worked out eventually. I may have to invest in a smaller, like a shorter tripod like Sherry suggested. And we may have to do it like from an angle. So guys, is the screen incredibly blurry, or can you see okay even though it's zoomed out really far? It's also rather dark too. I don't know. It's almost like it's completely bypassing everything my camera is capable of doing right now. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. Well, that's good news. Well, at least it's not blurry. And Dion, thank you for answering. So what I'll do is I'll try to figure out, once we're finished chatting here tonight, my dryer's beeping. I may have to go shut that off. I forgot to turn the dryer off. Once we're done here tonight, I'll go do some research and figure out if there's some kind of way that I can zoom in closer. And like I said, if not, then I may have to just get a smaller tripod and do a different angle. And you know, the funny thing is about my dryer too is it's one of those ones that will it'll just keep beeping. See, there it goes again. It'll probably just keep going until I go get the clothes out of it. I don't have the Fila's. Lots of people in here do have them and love them, though. From what I understand, they're probably some of the softest budget pencils you're going to find. It is a very impatient dryer. I agree. Yes, Grace, this is the coloring planner for September 2017 to December 2018. So like I was saying just a few minutes ago, whenever it's like whenever I wake up in the morning and I'm having my coffee and catching up on all my color tube videos, this is normally what I'll be coloring in. And I'm using the Holbein pastel pencils, and I'm using the chameleon color tones. They're the pastels. Like I said, guys, it's a little laggy on my end, so. I don't have the big set of the Holbeins. I have the pastels that were gifted to me by a lovely YouTube subscriber and a dear friend. And after using them, I mean, they are very nice. That's my opinion. They are very nice. They're not my favorite, but they are very nice. And my personal opinion of it is that I can't bring myself to spend that kind of money on a pencil that I can't replace. And there's nothing, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody who does. It's your prerogative. It's your money. You spend it on anything you want, and, you know, that's the way it should be. Myself, I get anxiety when, like, I have a pencil that is getting short, and I will order a replacement, like, usually really early. I have backups for my backups. So, I would probably have an anxiety attack if I had that set of pencils and couldn't replace them. That's just how I feel about it. I have the Prismacolors and the Polychromos too, Grace, and they are my favorites. I also like the Lyra Polycolors. Those are also way up there, but my favorite pencil, I think even more than the Prismacolor, is the Caran d'Ache Pablo, and I'm saving up to buy those right now. That's my next goal. And then after that, I have all the pencils that I want or need, and I can focus more on, you know, things like, you know, coloring books, giveaways, just replacing the ones I need to replace. Hi, Candace. You do use the Tombows a lot, Grace. I've seen people do some really, really beautiful work with those. I had a couple that I got as samples, and I don't know if it's just me. I can't seem to use them correctly. And I know that you have to layer with them to really build the colors up, because they aren't like the Prismacolors and Polychromos in that, you know, you get bright colors with just one layer. I can't figure them out. Dion, that's how I was for the longest time. And then what I would do is, like, instead of going to get a coffee at Starbucks or something, I'd take that $3 or $4 and stick it in a jar. So it took me several months to save up enough to buy my Prismacolor set. And that was my first set that I bought. Well, the first artist grade set. I used Crayolas for the first, I don't know. Let's see, I started coloring in, I think, May of this year is when I first started. And all I had was the Crayolas. And I went to Walmart and bought the 24 set of Prismacolor Premier. And I brought those home and tried them, and I hated them. So, Grace, did the Tombows, when you use them on like a toothier paper, do they get brighter? Because that's how a lot of pencils are. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, I'm going to go turn this dryer off. You guys can just chat amongst yourselves for a moment. Alright, I'm back. My son is playing guitar, so he can't hear it going off. Otherwise, he probably would have got up and shut it off. But he's playing guitar and has a headset on, so he can't hear anything. Hi, Michelle and Tracy. If I forgot to say hi to anybody, I apologize. Okay, so this is the first time I've ever done this, and so I very well may miss comments. I can see why people do enjoy doing this, though. This is a lot of fun for me, too. It's nice to, like, it feels like I'm, like, in a group with all my coloring friends and just talking. I'm having fun with it, too, Michelle. Like I said, I need to figure my camera out so I can make it zoom in closer. Because you guys, like, here's my keyboard tray down here, and you guys can see this. So, you know, what I'm going to do is sometime tonight, and my boyfriend's the more tech savvy of the two of us, so I'm going to have him help me do some research and figure out what we need to do to get the camera in a little closer. So, I put a poll in the group and asked everybody if I did start doing regular live streams, what is the best time for you guys? And this time on Sundays was like the overwhelming answer. So, well, hi, Ann. No, you can't look at me, Ann, because I look like absolute dog crap right now. I haven't brushed my hair. That's why you're looking at my coloring and not me. And whenever this live stream is over, I can't figure out how to zoom my camera in anymore. It's too far away and people can't see what I'm coloring. So maybe, I know you've done this on Facebook. Did you have that problem too when you were doing it, trying to zoom? Grace, I couldn't figure out how to do it through YouTube. You have to download like some kind of an app or something to do it through YouTube, and I tried several and couldn't make it work, so I just gave up. I got it to go to landscape when I tilted, like when I first started the stream, I tilted my phone so that it put it in landscape mode, and then I set it in the tripod very carefully so it wouldn't turn around, so it wouldn't turn the picture. I think that once you start recording, that's where you're stuck. And I'm wondering if I had zoomed in further on my camera app before I started recording, if it would have kept it there. Because it kept it in landscape. Hi, Kathy. Yes, Mama Fruit Bat's here. She would never let her child Fruit Bat do her first live stream without coming for moral support. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't want to do face-to-face. It makes me nervous enough just doing this live. So I figured, you know, you guys can watch me color and we can talk, and but I am going to have to figure out how to get it closer. And I'll just play with it later tonight. Like I said, I got it to go into landscape just by playing with the phone before I hit the record or the start the live stream button. So I'm wondering if I zoom it in before I hit the button, if it'll work. But see, if I close it now, then it's going to kick all you guys out, and then you'll have to come and rejoin the stream, and that's just a pain in the butt. I don't want to do that. So for everybody who is coming in just now, I am coloring in Johanna Basford's planner for 2018, and I'm using the Chameleon color tone pencils and the Holbein pastel pencils, a combination of them. And I'm just talking. Why, thank you, Anne. I love watching you color too. I was just watching your latest video a little earlier today, laughing at your fast food Christmas song. That was hilarious. I was laughing so hard. 6 chocolate milkshakes. I can't sing either. So, I guess Christmas is busy It's a busy time of year for ColorTube. There's so many color alongs and things going on, and goodness gracious. So mine's almost finished. We have 2 more ornaments to go. 5 onion rings. We have 2 more ornaments to go in my color along, and then that'll be done. And then I'm going to do something different for Ann's and Sharon's color along. I just haven't decided what yet. I've got some Christmas books, thanks to all you lovely people. I was gifted a couple of different Christmas books, so I have my choice of things to color. So I have to pick something. How do people get out of the box using only one set of pencils at a time? I'm not sure what you mean. And to be honest with you, these aren't my favorite pencils. I use them because they have colors, and it's weird. They're different colors than I have in any other set. But I feel like no matter what I do, the color goes on so thick that I can't put as many layers as I would like, if that makes sense. But I've also been told that the Holbein, like the actual Holbein pencils, are different. Like the pastels feel different on the paper than the rest of the set. I don't know how true that is because, of course, I don't have the big set, but they're fine. They're good. They're just not my favorites. That's all. There's nothing wrong with them. Oh, mixing brands of pencils while coloring. Hi, Loretta, by the way. I don't know. I didn't used to do it, but now it's like, I think as you get to know your sets of pencils, you start to realize that you get used to the certain colors, and you know that certain brands of pencils have the certain colors. So, like, okay, for instance, Prismacolor. The grade lavender in Prismacolor, you're not going to find that anywhere else. Nobody else makes a pencil that color. So when I'm coloring something and I want that color, whether I'm using the polychromos, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm going to go get that color out of my Prismacolor set. So I like the Prismacolors best. Well, I liked the Prismacolors best until I tried the Pablos, the Caran d'Ache Pablos. And now I like those best. So I'm saving my pennies. Saving my pennies. Ginger root, that's another one too, Anne, is the ginger root. You can't really find that in any other set. And the color that you were using when you were doing your gnomes, or no, not the gnomes, the coloring cat therapy book thing, the Caput Mortem. That's pretty unique to polychromos, so I can't find that color in anything else. So, you know, I think that's a lot of the reason I got way off topic. I think that's a lot of the reason why people start to mix their different pencil brands together, is because they realize that, you know, they want a certain color, but they can't get that color unless they go get it from that particular set of pencils. And I know a lot of people can't mix their pencils together without getting anxiety. For the longest time, I thought you couldn't mix the Prismacolors and polychromos just because they were formulated so differently. I figured, you know, it wouldn't work. They wouldn't layer or blend. They work together beautifully. I really do. I think they work great. Yay! That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now we just have all the junk in the middle that I need to color. So let's take a look in here. What do I want to do? Leaves? For such a small set of pencils, man, they give you a bunch of, I don't know which way this goes. They give you a bunch of greens. Michelle, the polychrom, like, which brands or which colors? I think the polychromos and Prismacolors play together very nicely. I want this one, and I think I want this one. Ginger from the Color Soft Pencils. I only have one Color Soft pencil, and that's because I asked Dick Blick to send me a sample. I heard some good things about the Color Soft, and I heard some bad things about the Color Soft. So I asked Dick Blick to send me a sample pencil, and they did. They sent me a violet, I think. And it's okay, but it's a lot like the Holbeins for me. It just goes down so heavily that you can't really... I can't get as many layers as I want to get. No matter how light my hand is, it just goes down too heavy. Why don't you use your Prismas, Dorina? Yes, the Polychromos and the Lyra work wonderful together, and the Lyra and the Holbeins are beautiful together too. The Lyras and the Holbeins mixed like no other. As a matter of fact, I sent Jen... over at Reading with Pugs, I sent her a Facebook message the other day, and because I just had happened to be using both of them, and I told her that very same thing. I was like, you know what, you need to try the Lyra, or the Lyra, or however you say it. You need to try that with the Holbeins, because they just mix like magic. I got lucky with my Lyra's Grace. I found the 36 set on Amazon for like $16. And I don't know if the person, it was just some one-off seller that didn't usually sell colored pencils. And I don't know if the seller wasn't aware of what the actual value of the pencils was, but I snagged those puppies. Oh, Dorina, I thought you said you had the Prismacolors and you just never did use them. I mean, honestly, once you have them, you're not going to go through them quite as quickly as you think you will. And if you're in the United States, you can buy them open stock and you can order them from Dick Blick. So, I usually order Prismacolors once a month, I think, from Blick. And I usually only have to order 2 or 3. If I don't have enough that I need to order to get to that $35 free shipping threshold thing, then I will typically just try to do without until I do reach that point. Yeah, the Splendor Blender's okay. I think it works better with the Polychromos than it does the Prismacolors, though. And it definitely works well for the Lyra pencils. I don't like that blender with the Prismacolor pencils. There you go. That's a good idea too, Grace. Unfortunately, like my closest Dick Blick is, I think it's like 90 minutes away. It's in Evansville, Indiana, which is it's about 60 miles from me, but when you include traffic, it takes about an hour and a half to get to the Blick store. So I don't go all that often. And from what I understand, there aren't that many actual Blick stores anyway. You guys are silly. So I think what I'm going to do is, this was a lot of fun. I can see why the other gals really like doing this. I think I am going to try to make this a weekly event. But next time around, I'm going to do my very, very best to figure out how to get the camera closer to my work, because I know this is probably frustrating for you guys. Meredith, I don't know if you have a Hobby Lobby close to you or not, but my Hobby Lobby sells Prismacolor open stock. And I think a lot of people say Michaels does, but I don't have a Michaels anywhere near me. And their prices, Hobby Lobby and Michaels, their open stock prices, eek! I think at Hobby Lobby it's like $2.49 for a Prismacolor. I mean, you can use a 40% coupon on it and get it, you know, about the same price as you would get it from Blick. But that's just one pencil. So it's just like, ow. I'd rather avoid that if at all possible. Yeah, Hobby Lobby's great. I love going there too. That coupon that you get in your if you have the Hobby Lobby app, or if you keep your coupon or whatever, you can use it every single day. I didn't know this until recently. I thought it was you could only use it once and then you had to wait until they sent you another one. But nope, it's the same coupon. You can use it all week, but you can only use it for one item once a day. The things you learn. Loretta, did you just get the Brunziels, or have you had those for a while? I can't remember. I know that you were talking to somebody about them the other day. And I can't remember if you had already had them or if you just recently purchased them. If you watched Henny over at Passion for Pencils, when she first started her channel, that's what she used more than anything, were the Brunziel pencils. And she was using them again the other day and was talking about how her pencils were old and she's had them for years and some of them were getting short. And I'm like, she uses the lightest pressure when she colors, and she's talking about her Brunziel pencils getting short and they're like still this long. And I'm like, you're more anxious about your pencils than me. That's how I feel about the Luminance, Loretta. I feel the same way. I have a couple that I got just to check out, along with like the Pablos. I love the Pablos. I mean, I love them like no other. I'm on a mission to buy the full set now, but yeah, the Luminance feel weird to me when I use them. Stacy, you're not alone. You're not you're not alone in that. I've done the same thing. No worries. We're going to try this darker green. That's better. Let me get down in the shadows with that. This isn't planned. I'm just coloring. That's all. Just grabbing colors and putting them in places and seeing what happens. Hi, Simone. I'm trying to keep up with all the comments, everybody. I'm watching, and like I said, I don't know how the other girls do it. It says that there are like 8 people in here right now, and I'm like trying to watch. I don't know what I'm going to do when there are more people than this in here. I feel guilty for missing everybody's comments. I don't know, Meredith. Facebook's not being nice to me today either. It won't let me zoom my camera in, and I don't like it. See, my screen still says there's only 8. Unless I refresh it, that's what it's going to say. And then I'm afraid if I refresh it, I'm going to miss comments, and then I'll feel bad. The SF pencils. Oh, the Speer Farben or whatever they are. Yeah. Lots of people are just like raving about them, and they're like, oh, you need to try them. I'm like, I'm saving for the Pablos. I have enough pencils. I just want the Pablos. I may have to break down and get a set though. Everybody's just going crazy about them. I mean, you know, and everybody went crazy about the Hero pencils too. I think that's died down a little bit though. The hero craze of 2017. And you just can't stop counting this week, can you? You're all about the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you for letting me know, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'm probably going to let this go for another 10 or 15 minutes or so. And then go ahead and call it a night so I can get some research done. I need to figure out how to make this like a better stream experience next time. Loretta Meredith, if she's still in here, Meredith has the Spear Farbens, and she did, yep, she's there. She did like a little mini review on them, and she can tell you all about them, even if I don't get them. She's pretty well almost convinced me that I do need them, even though I don't really need them. Oh, that's the wrong color. I want this color. And what are you doing? Are you trying to get my channel to blow up, or my Facebook page? Hi, Lori. I'm coloring in the Johanna Basford planner, the 2017-2018 planner. And I'm using the Chameleon Color Tone double-ended pencils and the Holbein pastel pencils. And just to let you know, I'm aware that the video is zoomed really far out. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jennifer, that seems to be a common problem. And the guy, I had a conversation with Albert, who is behind the Black Widow and the Scorpion pencils. And basically the way he explained it, he sent me an email and explained it to me why open stock isn't really feasible. I think it's something along the lines of they have to order so many pencils. Like they have to order something like 200,000 pencils of each pencil. And for the smaller companies that don't sell as many pencils as like Prismacolor and Faber-Castell, it's just not feasible for them. He did mention that they are thinking about trying to do something where they sell their pencils in like packs of 6 or something. So if you run out of a particular red, you can go and buy a pack of reds and pinks or something to replace it. Because that was part of the conversation that I had with him when we were talking about what colorists want in colored pencils. We want open stock. We don't want to have to buy a full set to replace, you know, 1 or 2 pencils. Well, you do have a lot of pencils, Grace. And yeah, Lori, I wish all coloring books came with this binding like this. I really do. I think it would make it kind of a pain for the double spreads. And I know a lot of people in some of the other groups out there go and have their books spiral bound at like Office Depot. I think they say it costs somewhere between $3 and $5. And Office Depot will cut the glue binding off your books and spiral bind them for you. The prospect makes me a little nervous, to be honest, but I know a lot of people who do it. Yeah, see, that's where I am too, Loretta. Everybody's like, oh, you need to get these new pencils, the oil pencils. And I'm like, but I don't have the Fila's yet. Everybody keeps telling me to buy those too. I have an entire bookshelf with pencil cases on it, just filled with pencils. I'm like, do I really need more pencils? No, I need the Pablos. So I'm going to save for those. Oh, markers are so much fun. I don't color with markers nearly as much as pencils because for me, I feel like pencils are more relaxing. They force me to slow down. And I'm a hurry, hurry, rush, rush kind of person. So when I color with pencils, they make me slow down, which is why I prefer coloring with them. Grace, I think the Pablos are definitely worth the price. They exceed the polychromos as far as light fastness goes. So if you're going to like color something and give it to a family member as a gift, or if you're going to do a pencil painting and give it to someone, they're more light fast even than the polychromos. They're like, the hardness of them is something in between. It's like in between the Prismacolor and the polychromos too. So it's nice and soft, and you barely even have to touch the paper to get pigment down. But the way the pigment goes down, you can put just a bajillion layers on the page. I love them. I saw, how many of you guys belong to the Prismacolor Combinations group on Facebook? I saw something on there today where there was a lady who colored a leaf, probably about the size of this leaf right here. Let me hold it up because I'm far away. It's probably about the size of that leaf right there. With 8 different pencils. She put 8 different color layers into that one little tiny leaf. And I was like, the amount of control she must have had to get all those layers in that little tiny spot just blew my mind. That group is a lot of fun. You will find in their albums, really, you'll find, if you want to know how to color metal, if you want to know how to color hair, if you want to know how to color skin, whether you want to color light skin or dark skin or olive skin, you'll find it all in that group. Their archives are just amazing. But yeah, so those of you who are in that group, if you saw that post, you know what I'm talking about. I even commented, I'm like, I don't know where all your control must come from, but I would have I would have failed after like the second layer and been like, I can't get any more in here. The name of the group is Prismacolor Combinations. Grace, I'm iffy about my tritones too. They're like really hard. I have the hardest time getting any color to come out and go on the page with them. I don't know if maybe I got like a bum batch or something, but I feel like they're hard. I know, and you love them. Nisi, Dollar Diva 99, she loves them. And you guys, like, when you color with them, you all make it look effortless. And with me, I feel like I'm struggling. Like, I have to give it a lot of pressure to make it happen. And I like them. I still use them. I just feel like I have to work at it really hard. So basically, I just want to go in with, like, a light version of one of the colors that are in the pencil first. That makes sense. I'm loving my sharpener. It's so heavy though. It's a sharpener, it's a paperweight, and it's a weapon. All in one. Carry it with you when you go out jogging at night. Throw it at somebody if they try to mess with you. It's heavy. I mean, it's like heavy. It's solid brass. I got so used to the Prismacolors that I thought I would never like anything but a soft pencil, and then I got the started collecting the polychromos. I got the 12 set, and then I added a few more to it, open stock, and then I was gifted more, and then I was like, okay, that's it. I'm in love with these pencils. And then lo and behold, my boyfriend bought me the set for Christmas. So, they rank right up there with Prismacolor for me. It just depends on what mood I'm in and what kind of effect I want, what I want to color with. So, if I want to go really slow and add a bunch of layers, then I will pull out the polychromos. And if I just want to get something done, I'll go with the Prismacolors because I've practiced enough with those. I don't have to use so many layers with them anymore. Yeah, a weapon for the kids who keep trying to come and borrow my colored pencils. You know, it's not that they borrow my colored pencils. They come and they borrow stuff like my tape and my stapler and my pens that I have and little pieces of scrap paper and post-it notes. And in the process of doing it, they lose my stuff, which irritates me. My pictures have gone missing. My notes that I've written to myself have gone missing. I don't know what they're doing. So I told them they're no longer allowed to rummage around in my desk. They have to come and ask me for something. I didn't like Prismas when I first got them either. I was like, how do people use these things? It's like trying to color with a stick of butter. Yeah, it is hard to compare pencils that are so different from each other. It really is. Hi, Lisa. I didn't see you sneak in. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here for tonight. I do, unfortunately, have a little more housework I need to do and some research to figure out how to make, how to zoom this down in a little bit closer the next time. So I do want to thank all of you for joining me today and being here for my my test run for my video here, or live stream, my first ever one. So, yeah, thanks a whole bunch, guys. I appreciate it so much. And like I said, for those of you who came in late, these are the chameleon color tones, Bonnie. They are two-sided, the chameleon ones. For those of you who came in late and who missed some of it, I am going to upload it to YouTube. It may take a little while to get there, so you can watch the whole thing from start to finish. I can watch you all day too, Anne. Thank you so much for your compliment. Bye, everybody.